doing well. It is March 28th, 2018. I'm coming at you for my weekly update on stitching progress and a couple purchases, too much stuff. So let's just recap a bit. Last week was a crazy week because the day I filmed was a snow day for me. We had winter storm. I think that was Toby. Was that Toby? It's been so many. I think that was Toby. Well, guess what? Thursday was a snow day too. So I had a lot of stitching time last week. I didn't do a whole lot of stitching though. I was doing a whole lot of other stuff. Philadelphia today. I don't know. I'm really zoning Michelle today. You'll see that in other videos because this isn't the only video I'm filming today. So, yeah. Anyways, whoops. Hold on. Okay, so they were good days. Wednesday and Thursday, great snow days. I enjoyed them. Thursday, if it wasn't a snow day, I might not have spent so much. But anyways, spending aside, I enjoyed my snow days. I got lots of creativity done. I was a lot of while I didn't stitch on my projects, and you will see I don't have a lot of progress to show you. I have very little progress to show you. I was able to get a lot of other creativity done that you will see going further into the future. So, and that will come out here in a little bit. So, real quick, I want to show you something I'm really into right now because yes, I'm stealing that from everybody, Heidi and Michelle, but I have to show these because they're doing they're just looking amazing right now. As I reach over top of you right now, my orchids, and that color is not really turning out as nicely as it should. It's a little greener than that. Let me see if I turn off my light. Oops. There we go. That's a little bit better. There we go. Yeah. This is, since I had this orchid, this is probably the second time I was able to get it to bloom. Very happy with that one. And then the one I love the best, and you will see why. This was a salvage from IKEA. What's that? Oh, that's that one. Okay. So this one was a salvage from IKEA I got on clearance. It was like near death. And I do need to repot this one. But there's that one. This one's a couple years old now. This is the second time I was able to get this one to rebloom as well. And just absolutely love that. So I do need to get this one repotted as it's but I don't want to repot while it's in bloom. So after the bloom dies, then I will consider repotting, finding the right pot. So there we go. There's my orchids. I do have one other orchid I'm working at trying to get it to bloom. It's probably not going to bloom this year. It's a different kind. It's not a Phalaenopsis, or however you pronounce that. It's a different style of orchid. I haven't been able to get that to bloom yet, but I've only had it a year. I bought that a year ago, March. So, but I just repotted that in February and it is now starting to do its thing and grow really well. So maybe next winter it will start to grow some spikes. Okay, so an interesting story for you. So you all know I've had my channel for roughly a year and a half. And honestly, I haven't really told many people that I'm close with. And the reason is I'm socially awkward in the fact that I don't want people to know that I'm close to, so because I don't want them to come and talk to me about it. I don't care if you all watch me, but I don't want like close people to watch me and then come and talk to me about, which is weird because I talk to them about my cross stitch all the time, but it would be weird that they go and watch me and then come and talk to me about watching me. I know, it's like stage fright type. Anyways, I told my mom, hi mom, because I know you're watching. At least you watched last week. And she said I'm funny. Not in a funny like haha way, but she's like, I talk weird, which is like, she says I pause funny and like, I don't know. I must be waiting for like laughs that I'm not getting back. I think it's because I'm acting like I'm not acting, but I feel like I'm in a conversation with you and I'm just waiting for your response. Like I feel like I'm getting, but I'm not actually getting it, but I know you're giving it to me because I know so many of you talk to the screen because I do the same thing when I'm listening to podcasts. So anyways, that aside, and she's like, "Well, why what do you have a podcast for?" And I'm like, "My cross stitch." And she's like, "Well, how long have you had that?" And I'm like, "A year and a half." And she's like, "Well, why haven't you told me?" And I'm like, "Because I didn't know how you would take it." So, anyways, needless to say, she now knows I have a podcast. So everyone in my life now knows I have a channel. And if you all remember from, I don't know, one of my tags that I talked about how I learned how to cross stitch, she is the one that taught me how to cross stitch, even though last week when I told her that she is the one that taught me how to cross stitch, she didn't remember that. So I would love for you all to tell my mother in the comments how much you would love to hear from her and see her on my channel because next week I'm going to see her and I've already invited her to be on my channel and show her projects. Not that she cross stitches anymore, but I thought it would be kind of cool to go back in memory lane and show the projects that she stitched years past, which is primarily stuff that she stitched for my brother and I when we were young kids. And you know, like she would stitch while we were taking naps or whatever. So we're talking like the 80s. Okay. So the only other thing that I have to talk about before we get, well, you know what? We'll get to that in a little bit. Let's show you my project, my progress, because this is all I have to show you. London, the governor. Remember, I was working on finishing up the bottom portion of the central section of St. Paul's Cathedral. So then this tower and the central section of St. Paul's Cathedral will be complete. No, and I pointed to the wrong tower. This tower and St. Paul's, the central section will be complete. And here it is. And that is what is done. I finally got to the bottom and I filled in this section of I guess this would be like the stairs walking up to the doorway. And that is that section. Now, the back stitching is not done. I still have to fill in the back stitching, but other than that, that is complete and I will be able to move on to Parliament. But this is going to have to go away for a while, and that's fine. Not worried about that. And that is all the stitching I have to show you. And the reason is because Sunday I stitch my mystery stitch that I can't tell you about right now. And then last Wednesday and Thursday, I was stitching on my new design that I will have soon in my store. So be on the lookout for that. I will be posting that soon. I have my stitching part done, but I'm working. I got to finish it and blah blah blah. You know all the details. Get it ready to go. And I have somebody test stitching it. So once they get it test stitched and let me know how the pattern worked out for them, then we're all good to go. And then so of course that takes time, and last night I didn't put a single stitch in. I didn't touch my cross stitch. Now that doesn't mean I didn't work with cross stitch, but I didn't touch my cross stitch. And that is because I'm working on a new project. Now I can't give you much details about my project, but I'm working on a new project for my channel, and more details of that will come soon. But I've been doing a lot of editing, a lot of recording, and you will see the fruits of that labor. It's taken a lot of hours, editing something that's new. Like for me, these videos that I edit on a regular basis, because I have cookie cutter intros and exits and music, those are all fairly easy to edit. But the things that are new, I'm working on a trailer right now for a new series. That takes time, and it takes a lot of patience, and I think I worked on it for 4 hours last night and I'm still not done. So that just gives you an idea of how much time people put into these editing and all of these different channels. So that's what I've been working on this week. Lots and lots of creativity, but not a lot of stitching, and a little bit of knitting. But knitting will be in another video because I know you don't all want to see knitting. So, now the only other thing, I was talking to Dina from Half Stitch Cross Stitch. Hi Dina, how are you today? Her and I were messaging, chatting for a little bit and I was telling her about the fact that I kind of she was really excited for me to get back to Henry because I have said next week on spring break, I'm going to pull out Henry. Guess what? I don't think it's happening. And the reason is because I'm just really, really into other things right now. And also, I kind of stressed myself out with my lofty goals that I had set at the beginning of the year. And Bendy, it's kind of your fault too. No, I'm just kidding. So I had mentioned at the very beginning of the year, I'm going to turn my light back on here because I forgot to turn back on. There we go. Okay. So I had mentioned at the beginning of the year, or at the end of last year, that I was really interested in getting some of my large works done. And the two that I really wanted to get done was Henry VIII, and my London piece. But those are still pretty far away. I mean, Henry's getting there. I'm over halfway, but it's still a lot to do, and I'm stressing myself out with that. And I mean, if I work on it monogamously, I can get it done, but it's still going to take me until October and November monogamously, and I don't want to do monogamous stitching that long. I don't think I could. I think that would stress me out too much to the point where I would run away from stitching and never do it again. So I have really thought about it. Sorry, I have a squirrel staring me down through the window. Speaking of, I forgot to show you something. I'm going to put that in right here because if I don't, I will forget. Here is a video of me feeding Geo on Monday his new food thanks to Nicole, Buckeye Stitcher. Thank you, Nicole. So I will insert that here. Hi guys. So Geo showed up at the door here and I haven't given him his weekly treat yet because he didn't come visit me yesterday on Sunday. So today is Monday. As you can see, I know this is Geo because I can tell, you can see him here. Oh, it's not gonna, oh there he is. You can tell he's a little, he's very friendly towards me, and on his back, it's not gonna, here, let's move over here a little bit, see if we can see. Nope, when we see, we go outside. But he's molting. He's losing his winter coat on. There it is, a little bit on the back. But he's losing his winter coat on the back, so I know that's him. Also, he's the only one that doesn't run away from me. But anyways, I just opened up the bag of exotic premium nut mix that Nicole, Buckeye Stitcher, sent me. Thank you again, Nicole. Well, she didn't send it to me. She sent it to Geo. So I'm going to open it up here. It has walnuts, pecans, pistachios, and almonds. So basically, it's a glorified bag of Planters mixed nuts. But now, give me 1 second. I'm going to open it up, and I will show it to you, and then we'll go out and feed Geo. Okay, so here is the handful of nuts that he's going to get today. You can see lots of pecans, or not pecans, walnuts, pistachios, couple almonds, because you know those are expensive commodity anymore because humans love to eat pecans. Or I'm sorry, almonds. And what else is in here? Pecans. Yeah, not too many of those in here either, I guess because humans like to eat them. But lots of walnuts. But you know what? It's funny because I love walnuts. So I guess I like the cheaper things. Okay, here we go. Let's go feed Geo. There he is. Yeah, here we go. Oh, yep, he's gonna go bury it right away, Nicole. Oh no, he's just scaring the other squirrels away. So there we go. You like the walnuts too? Is that good? Did you scare him away? Did you scare him away? Okay, so there we go. I think it's successful. Geo likes his nut mix. I think he likes the walnuts. He's eating all the walnuts first. Okay, say goodbye, Gio. Say goodbye. I'm fairly certain he likes walnuts. He eats mixed stuff like I do. Picks everything out that he likes best. I'm assuming he likes walnuts first because that's what he ate first. Because I'm guessing he ate those first so that the other animals couldn't come and take it away because you saw how he scared the other squirrels away. So today we actually he was sitting there eating the nuts, not those nuts. I'm only giving those once a week. I gave him a handful of peanuts and he allowed the blue jays come on. All three, there was three of them. I don't know where the fourth one was. Maybe there's a nest. I don't know. Anyways, he was allowing three of the large blue jays on to the balcony and taking nuts. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to scare them away if he's just sitting there hanging out. So he made a big mess. I got to go clean up though. Anyways, so I made the epiphany that I need to start stitching on, and I think the owl, my snowy owl, really helped rein in this thought. Was the fact that as long as I'm stitching on small projects and I'm getting them completed, I'm content. And so whenever Henry and London and all of these other massive projects that I have done and going to be starting soon get done, then they get done. So, if you're hoping to see Henry at the retreat completed, I'm sorry, it's probably not going to happen. But he will be a lot farther than where he was in October of last year. So, we talked about my story, my new project, London, my mystery stitch that you can't see right now. And by the way, I am video recording some vlogging of that I will create into a video whenever I can show that. I hate to tell you, it's probably not going to be until summer, but I think you will enjoy that one whenever I can show it to you. The other thing about telling my family that I have a channel is the fact that anything I ever stitch for them, I can never show on this channel now. I'm sorry. So, again, we'll just have mystery stitches, which is kind of cool. I guess. I don't know. My purchases. So, I had mentioned that on Thursday, I had a snow day. So, and I posted on Instagram that I had a snow day, and I went to Joann Fabrics. And what do you do when you have time because you have no obligations? You browse around Joann Fabrics. Now, I did go on purpose because I needed to get a few things. Firstly, I wanted to get some more 24, you're going to be like, size 24 needles. Yes, I wanted to get some size 24 needles. I didn't care if they were the super fancy kind. It's only for when I'm working on my 14 count Ada for my owl. And DMC is perfectly fine because that's probably what they gave me in the kit anyways. So, cat toy, or not because I don't have a cat. But yeah, so I picked up a pack of 24 size needles. So I have them because I only have two, and I am working on the 14 count. And with the wool, it does help to have the larger size needles. Okay, so then I had to pick up some sharps, and I was texting Yvonne back and forth while I was there because I had no idea what I was buying. Because you will see I bought some fat quarters. Very neutral colors, browns. Christine, don't get too excited. I'm not going to start quilting. Not happening. So I got some nice neutral brown fat quarters. This one even has like a tea stain, coffee stain effect. I thought that was kind of neat. Just a fairly inexpensive. I had no idea what I was doing, but I just wanted something. You will see when you see my new design. And so with fat quarters and cross stitch, what do you have to get? Can you figure out what I'm going to be doing? And guess what? I don't own a sewing machine. So if I can do it, any of y'all can do it. So that was my purchases there. Oh, and guess what? I bought an hot light. Because, I need another hot light. But I got a floor model instead of just a desktop model. So couldn't pass up the deal on that. Okay. Oh, and guess what? Last week I was at, did I show? No. That goes in my knitting podcast. Never mind. I'm getting them all mixed up now. So my plans. The only thing I really have planned to do in the next week, at least through the weekend, because I am going away for Easter, is that I'm going to be working on, I'm going to actually have a new start. I'm having an Easter start. And my Easter start is one that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And it's my own design that I've never stitched before. So I'm going to put a picture, I'm going to insert a picture here. And this is Phoenix Rising by Gerald Designs. And actually, if you're interested in any of my designs on Etsy, I only have 3 right now. More to come in the future, a lot more to come in the future, actually. But if you are interested in any 3 of those designs, I have 3. I have a cross and crown for Easter, great small design for Easter. I have the mushroom blackwork design, and also this Phoenix Rising is my largest design. They are all 25% off through Easter. So now through Easter, you do not need a coupon code. They're on sale on Etsy through Easter. So instead of $4 US, $4 US, you get them for $3. So, and my fabric of choice for Phoenix Rising, I have to do the measurement just to make sure it fits. I'm fairly certain it's going to fit. Is going to be this piece of fabric that I bought, I think like in 2016, that I've never used. And it is, I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it oh yeah, that's actually pretty good. I don't have anything to put behind it though. There we go. This is a 30 count petroleum by the Primitive Hair. And I bought this on Etsy as well. So it's 30 counts, so I'm fairly certain it is a witch elf, right? Because they're the only ones that make 30 count. I could be totally wrong with that. Don't take my word. But for some reason, 30 count has been a popular number for me lately, and you will see why in the future. But I really like this. I think this will do great with the yellows and the bright yellows and reds. Again, it's a gray color, but it's like a blue ashy. It's like I don't know. I'm horrible with colors. To me, it's like, okay, it's a blue gray. But yeah, I think that will do great. It's not too dark. It's not black, which I don't want. But it's also like, I don't know, like smoke. from a fire, and that's what the what a phoenix rises from, right? So there you go. So that is what I'm going to be stitching my phoenix on. So again, if you're interested in any of my designs, I will link the store below. It is Ginger Gerald Designs on Etsy. You can, and they're all 25% off through Easter, which is April 1st. So Sunday through today, March 28th through April 1st. So go check that out. I would love to hear from you. If you've stitched any of my patterns, tag me on Instagram. I would love to see your works. And y'all, that is everything. That's all I have for you today. I'm going to work on Phoenix Rising. I'm going to take a couple other things with me on my trip. I'm probably going to do a lot of knitting. Check that out in the next couple of days. I will have a knitting update. I will have a stitch with me video on Saturday, and I will see you next week. So happy stitching and enjoy. Have a great Easter if you celebrate. Happy Passover, and enjoy every stitch.